Hi, it's Kenneth Purdom. Wanted to get with you on headshots, and I guess probably every couple of days I get a call about headshots, and wanted to create a video that would help cover some of the things we need to talk about before the headshot session, and just bring up some opportunities that you may want to consider when you're planning your headshot session. It could be just for you, could be for your team, but some of the things we want to think about, and we can do individual headshots for you, the person, or we can come in and just work with your team, your employees. So we can do that either way. But some of the things we want to think about is the location, the story, what type of messaging are you trying to send? Are you trying to, as a real estate agent, are you trying to say you are rural? You mainly handle farms and large properties like that. Are you more in the city? Are you in Nashville? Are you in Centerville? What city are you in? What community are you in? And what type of message do you want to send? And we do that sometimes with just the background and the wardrobe. So this is just kind of a variety here. Some of these were taken at events. Some of these are bankers, Columbia State president, community college there, uh, actors, Central High School, band director, musicians, other photographers, models, more musicians. So radio. These are radio hosts here for a radio show out of Nashville. They're actually football coaches, but they do a radio show. And so we always want to think about, she's a blogger. There's some husband, wife bloggers. So we always want to think about the message you're trying to communicate. And what I thought I would do is just go over some actual photo shoots so you can hear about the photo shoots real quickly, and then you can also see different examples. So it'll bring up some of the things that we need to talk about. Even the time of day, if we're shooting outside, might be a consideration, depending on the location. What do we want in the background? So if you're trying to do downtown Tullahoma, you probably don't want to be down there. And when it's busy, you want to be down there when it's slow. So it might even be a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning. We do that in downtown Columbia because it's a square. So many people are circling around that when the businesses are open, shooting late afternoons, shooting early mornings of weekends, a good time so you're not having to work around so many people in cars. Okay, here's some examples. This was a team photo shoot that we did in Spring Hill some time ago, and each person just got the same background, the same photo, and we delivered like 2 photos of each real estate agent. So that's an example of a team photo shoot where we come in and shoot the entire team. Everybody gets the same background, same pose, same lighting setup for this example. And then I think, well, I know the broker paid the photo shoot fee for that. So that was a group event. This was an individual event in Huntsville, Alabama. She was attending a trade show, social media manager. So she's in marketing, and she needed, photos for her speaking engagement. And I think this is the one they chose right here, was this one right here. But you always want to when you have an opportunity like this and you're shooting one person that may have multiple reasons for a photo, you want to make sure you cover all of those opportunities. So, we got the photo for the trade show, and then we got her like LinkedIn profile photo. So in one session, she's got several photos for several different purposes, that can be used for business cards, can be used for trade shows, can be used for advertising, can be used for the internal, communication systems inside the company. They had a messaging system, so she needed a profile shot for that, one for Facebook. Another example, this is a real estate agent broker here in Columbia, Tennessee. This was at the beginning of opening a new office, so he did several different changes. He knew he needed, eventually would do billboards, and I believe this photo right here is used on all the billboards in Columbia, Tennessee. So you'll see George's photo as you come through Columbia, His Way Realty, and he needed, just in case, needed other I think he interacts with FCA, so he's involved with FCA. So he needed, a different shirt for that photo was the reasoning for that. So he's involved in some nonprofits, needed different photos for different purposes, and we came to his office and did everything right there at his office. So this is actually shot in the hallway. This is at his desk, and I forget the reason why he needed black and white. This is right outside his office door, just to change his shirts. So you can see how in just a few minutes, one location, we can create several different stories. Easy to do. Just need to know that on the front end so we can bring different lightings on. Let me go back on that to create this blue background. This is actually in a hallway. We brought in different lighting to create that blue background. So these are more Landers. You may know he's retired now, but we did these at his office. They're right there in the hallway. We set up a backdrop, created a studio effect, turned off some of the office lights. This is right outside his office door there on the outside. Get the brick wall, and then he brought in his dog. And this one was for several years was actually used as a billboard here in Columbia. This one became his marketing photo. So just some things to think about. Maybe you want to, include some personality in your marketing photos. This is a lawyer in Nashville. He wasn't sure, so he actually hired a marketing company to help him create some marketing advertisement pieces, and we shot right inside his office, shot in the conference room. We shot in the this would be the conference room photos. This would be his office, like behind his desk, and this would be turned out, out looking out his office. So created what in 45 minutes, several different backdrops there, just doing environmental headshot portraits. And I don't remember which one they used for the marketing photos, but they did get what they needed. And this is George Campbell, real estate agent in the Nashville, Franklin, Brentwood area. He uses these for his email. He uses these for some of his advertising. These were done at Westlight Studios in Franklin, Tennessee. So I do have a studio in Franklin, Tennessee. I have one in Columbia, Tennessee, and I do have access to one in Huntsville, Alabama. And then we can always use, your office if you need about 10 feet wide, about 15 feet long would be the perfect scenario. So just some more example, different backdrops there and different, just by changing jackets and ties, you can tell different stories. This is a blogger, husband-wife team blogger in Nashville, Tennessee. They wanted to do like informational travel blogs about Nashville. And so we went to several different locations, downtown Nashville, East Nashville, and we were trying to incorporate, that they are in Nashville. That was the story. They're fun, they're interesting, and they were creating things that could be used for marketing photos, their headshot photo for their, their blog, and then also couple photos, them together. And everything had to say Nashville in the background. This is a musician in Nashville, Tennessee. She needed promotional photos for a couple of different reasons. She had a CD coming out, a solo project, but then she was also part of the Nashville Symphony, so she needed, just professional shots to go in with her portfolio for being a professional musician that could be hired out for different projects. And these were some that I think she was considering using for her album at the time. And then just for fun, we did here at the end. I think that was one she chose, kind of a throwback to the Beatles walking across the street. I think that was used in some of her music promotion. For fun, we just did some portraits at the end that she just personally wanted, just fun photos. So we can always do that at the end. Here's another example. I'll keep moving along. This is for a defense contractor in Franklin, Tennessee, just straight up headshots. Everybody always says, oh, I need one. Well, while we're there, we don't know which one you need. So we need to get one. We may take 8 photos and deliver in this example 4, so that you've got something to choose from. So this was a group office. We did everybody on the team. I think it was about 15, 17 people there. Did the admin team, the sales team, the managers, the CEOs. So that was about a half-day shoot in their conference room in Franklin. This is same company, but you can see to get that one photo, we're taking several photos. So these, I on this project, I delivered black and white photos and color photos because that was the request they had. But she did some fun photos. So these are just between shots, fun, laughing, just so that we made sure we covered everything. And let's go to the next one. This is Howlanders. We did Moorlanders a while ago. That was his dad. And then his son has a different insurance office here in Columbia, Tennessee. So the main driving point of this photo shoot was he knew he was going to do a billboard in Columbia, Tennessee. Get a drink of water. And he knew that he wanted to be a full body shot, so he knew exactly. So he knew exactly what he needed for the billboard. We knew the billboard measurements. We knew where the wording was going to go. We knew everything about that one photo. So these first several photos right here were the photos for the billboard, and he used these first 2 right here. So if you're ever in Columbia, Tennessee, you'll see those billboards in Columbia, Tennessee, and then this is where the lettering would go. So that was completely planned out. And then after that, while we're in the studio, we went ahead and did headshots. So he would have those for other purposes, for the websites, business cards. And he also participates in beard competitions. So we did some what I call the look away shots, so that if he needed to, he could use these for Instagram. All right. Moving right along. Actors, personalities, influencers. This is a gentleman out of Nashville, Tennessee, who came down to the Columbia, Tennessee studio, which is at the factory of Columbia, Tennessee. And we were able to use studio space. And since this was a weekend shoot, we could go through the property and use the property. So we did different, typical headshots, some creative shots, some outside full body shots. So we did this. This is about a 2-hour shoot because he's going through wardrobe changes, and we're covering a lot of space. That property is several acres, and it's 73,000 square feet. So you can come up with a lot of backdrops if you're there early in the morning when customers aren't there, or you're there on a Sunday. There's a lot of backdrop opportunities, not just the backdrops that I can bring, but just the environmental type portraits and environmental headshots. All right, this is a commercial realtor in Nashville. She was just getting started, so we just did outside. She wanted the photos to say, Nashville. She wanted Nashville in the background, so all of her photos have a little bit of Nashville feel to them. Where if you live in the Nashville, you would know this is the park downtown, Bicentennial Park is where this is at. So all of her photos had that feel. This is a beauty pageant. She's out of Hole in Wall, Tennessee. She was part of the fair pageant last year. So she needed promotional shots for other competitions that she would be entering. And these are the photos that she shot. We did everything. I think we did her photo shoot in about 45 minutes. It's all on one backdrop. We just changed the lighting to give it different looks. And then her and her person helping her had the different wardrobes set up. There's several restrooms right there where you can go into the changing rooms, change real quick, and then we can continue shooting. So they had it all planned out, and we did that in about 45 minutes. So that is some things to think about when you're planning a photo shoot: location, story, wardrobe changes, time of day, inside, outside, studio. Do you need these for LinkedIn, Facebook? Are you going to events where you might need these? Are you doing any advertisements, billboards? Are you doing any type of handouts, flyers, business cards? And are you putting something on your email? You might You might have a personal email and you might have a professional email. So you might want different images for those different emails. And you might, for your different Facebook profiles, you may want something for your business Facebook profile and then something different for your personal Facebook profile. So think about all of those things when you're planning your headshots, because you may just want to take care of it all in one setting so you're not having to go back and do a photo shoot later. But let me know. My name's Kenneth Burtham. There are 2 websites where you can see my work at. Real Estate Photographer Pro is my real estate website, and kennethburtham.com is the right here. kennethburtham.com is the personal photo projects where you can see portraits, headshots, advertising work that I've done. All right.